Hello and welcome to this week's vlog from Maddisons. Well, of course, lots of news this week about will there or won't there be a general election. It's felt there might be no choice but for Boris to call that. Of course, members of Parliament are seeking to make it illegal that he could force the UK to leave the European Union without a deal. So he might be left with no choice but to call that, but it'd have to happen very soon. It's an ever-changing feast, and of course, what will happen if we did leave the UK without a deal? Well, of course, there were some scary figures bandied around before about property prices dropping by 30%, Mark Carney of the Bank of England said. KPMG have come out with some figures this week, and they think the average drop would be closer to around 7%, with the real highs seen in Northern Ireland and London for those really big drops. I think a lot of price sensitivity has already been priced into the market, so perhaps not quite as scary as it was looking. But we'll certainly watch this space and see what happens. Well, of course, we might feel with all of that we've got it very hard at the moment, and certainly I talk a lot about how difficult it is for the young to get on the property ladder. So do go to the BBC housing website. They've got a really fascinating little feature. It's a series of 5 videos which looks back, and Charlie and Tacita, I think her name is, and looks back over previous decades to the struggles that they would have faced then. Back obviously in the late 90s, we had a new Labour government come in, and the Conservatives felt they'd left the economy in really, really good shape, and property prices boomed. We saw enormous soars in the southeast and the London area, but it was still quite affordable to get on the market in other areas. But look back at 1968 as well, 1978. You'll see there's a really interesting little take on the economic conditions around each of those areas and how they affected the young couple in their mid-20s trying to get onto the property ladder. If for nothing else, the costume, makeup and wigs for each decade is well worth a look, so I do hope you enjoy. I'll pop a link to that on my blog area so you can go and have a look at that in more detail. Well, mortgages, it's an ever evolving area that I get asked for thoughts on. I'm not qualified or regulated anymore to give advice. I used to be in a previous life, but I'm not now. But I've posted a very simple blog on my website, which hopefully answers lots of questions if you've got thoughts. You know, what is porting a mortgage, thinking about redeeming your mortgage and redemption penalties, shopping around for a better deal, speaking to a financial advisor or a broker. They're certainly the best place always to go for those great deals. So do head over to the website if you want to know more about mortgages and have lots of those questions answered. Well, there's lots going on this weekend. It's the Tunbridge Wells Beer Festival again. There's a huge variety of pubs and venues getting behind the event. It'll run over the weekend, and do head down to various establishments, Fuggles Beer Cafe, to name just one of many. And they'll be hosting a variety of events, all to celebrate beer. It's also the Dragon Boat Festival over at Buell Water on the 7th of September. It's really good fun family event, more about the festival than actually being a great racer, I would say. There's lots to do, lots to see, so do head over for there and check out their website for more details. But finally, to finish with a property that we've launched to market, it's in the coveted Claremont catchment area, down Claremont Gardens, and it's a really, really deceptive property. From the front, it looks like quite an ordinary semi-detached 1940s, 50s house. But the current owners have taken advantage of the landscape of that property. It falls away down Farmcombe Road. As you know, it's quite a steep drop there. So they filled in, made a usable space of the bottom back of the house, and created a really fabulous basement area with 2 bedrooms, both with en-suites, another kitchen, dining area, a cinema room and gym area, all leading out onto the garden. So it's an absolute TARDIS, and if you look at our websites, the picture of the front and the picture of the back, you could almost think you were looking at a different property. It's on at a guide of 1.35 million. Please do get in touch if that's of interest. We look forward to seeing you next week and hope you've enjoyed the vlog. Bye bye.